Hi and welcome back everybody. Today I'm going to attempt to put some strip lighting underneath my kitchen cabinets and then also above my cabinets. Now I purchased these on Amazon just this last week. It is 65.5 feet. It comes in 2 separate rolls. They do have connectors and they also have a pigtail. So you can split your 2 rolls. You can also piece together what you need to do. Now here's how I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start at the edge of my stove over here and I'm going to come along the underneath. I'm gonna go up the filler piece that I have on the end and around till I reach the cabinet above my stove. There's an outlet in there. I'm gonna drill a hole that will go down to that outlet. Then I can plug that in and I can also attach the pigtail. That in itself is somewhere around 18 feet. So I'll be able to cut that, then continue around the rest of the top of the cabinets, and I have plenty to be able to come back, and I'm gonna come down the edge of my refrigerator because there's also a spacer piece in there. And then I will finish and come back around here to the edge of the stove on the opposite side. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Here we're gonna start on the bottom. I've already cut it. I'm gonna make sure it's taped down, and I'm putting this at the very back of my kitchen cabinet. I don't wanna put it up in the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape that down. We'll go up there, come back around. I'll get the pigtail on and cut that where I need to, and then we'll go from there. Okay, there are cut lines in specific areas along this route. I know I had mentioned to you that the strip lighting has got places that you can cut it. If you can see right here is one of the spots you can cut it. You just cut right up the very center of that, like I've done with this one here. And then when you go to attach them, you have to make sure that the same colors line up. So if I had cut this apart, I'd have to make sure that the 12 volt, the blue, red, and green all show up together across from each other, or it's not gonna work. So that's how easy this lighting is to work. And as you can see here, I pulled that apart by accident. It's got very, very sticky 3M tape on it, and I have had no problems whatsoever with this. Already cut what I need to go from here and all the way up there. So now I have all of this extra. Remember I said this was about 18 feet. There's about 33 feet on each roll. So I will have extra to be able to attach to my other side, my other roll. Let me get this open. There we go. All right. And I'm just taking the tape off of probably about 6 inches at a time, making sure that this sticks. Okay, looks good so far. I'm gonna just make sure everything is nice and tight. And what I really like is that in the end, you don't even see these. If you walk up here, you won't see it. Okay, so now we're to that corner of going up
Okay, kind of wanted to give you an explanation as to what I meant by going up the side of the cabinet. You can almost see the lights. This cabinet needed to have a filler piece to fill in the gap that was going to be left by the cabinet against the wall. So we brought the lights down and attached them here at the back of the cabinet. This might be a little loose. Then I brought them up the cabinet. Now see where they're kind of loose right there? For that little bit, it doesn't matter because they're attached down here. And when I got to the top, they're attached up there. So I fished, instead of trying to figure out how to get them up the cabinet, I took them down the cabinet. I started over here, and this is where I was gonna drill my hole, and went all the way across with my strip light, down the filler piece and across, and ended at the stove. So that was actually my starting point. I was able to grab any excess of the lighting strip and pull that back up, made sure I had enough to go into the cabinet, and then I was able to cut that at the point where I could put that on the pigtail.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach it heading up the cabinet at least a couple of feet. There we go. All right, that should be plenty. So I'm gonna put this stuff back. I'm going to lay it in the front. And this does not have to be perfect. All right, I'm gonna make sure it's down nice. I have a spacer between here. What I can do is go in with my drill, which is what I'm gonna do. And I will do the hole through the side of the cabinet because I know everything will fish through there. So let me grab my drill really quick. We'll get that hole in and we'll be able to get the rest of it done. Moving along pretty quickly. So this is my hole saw drill bit. So it's gonna drill a hole about this big, which gets me, get the pigtail and everything fished through the hole. So get that done. There we go. All right, I need something pointy to grab it. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna clean up my mess. All right, we'll get done with this and then I'll also show you where this came through. So we are here. There we go. So, make sure everything else is down here. Say I have the end of my roll in here. Then I can bring the pigtail in. So we'll bring the pigtail in and the cord, and we can light this up and I can show you what we've got done. And these line up arrow to arrow, so you have to make sure you get that right. Let's turn them on. Oh. And there we go. Look at that light.
So here is where I brought the cords in to connect the pigtail and everything to the outlet. So we had fished through a filler piece that is right between these two cabinets here. And brought it right in, and it worked perfect. I like the idea that this time I was able to have the cords hidden. My last house, I wasn't able to do that, so I was very happy that we wouldn't have to be seeing all of that.
Now they do have a dimmer with it, so we can change that up if we want to. So now that we have our pigtail in, I'm going to go ahead and go back around here. I'll have to backtrack over to above the refrigerator, and then I can come down and finish. So I need to do the same thing so that we can connect it. There we go. Get that down. And we'll start grabbing our tape. Okay, I've got everything strung through here. I'm gonna have to be able to get that ladder I don't like out at some point and reposition the ones that are directly above the refrigerator. See how there's like a shadow there? But otherwise, I now have it down the side of my cabinet, and I'm just gonna come back around here and end it. I do have to splice those two pieces together, but we almost made it without having to do that. So let's get going. So now I'm going to grab one of the pigtails to put those two pieces together. See if that worked or not. It looks like it's in too far to me, but okay. So let's grab part of what we had left over before. I'm just going to kind of get a rough guess here. And make sure that they're tight and up against the back of the cabinet. Now these are not plugged in. I have not spliced these together yet. Look at that. That works really well. if I can just stuff it down there, I would be fine with that. All right. Cool. It worked out exactly the way I wanted it to. This entire project cost $43.29. Purchased on Amazon the other day, and I'm thrilled. I think it turned out great. I think we were lucky that I found the outlet this morning up in the cabinet that plugs in the microwave and the fan. And to be able to have the spacers between some of those cabinets, oh, that was a no-brainer. That worked out perfect. I'm pretty pleased.
And here's what it looks like at night. I do have my kitchen lights off. And I couldn't find the footage or the pictures, so I'm now doing it a couple weeks later, but you'll have to watch the video. I did a peel and stick backsplash just a week or so ago, and it turned out great. So all in all, this was very, very easy to do. I want to say I had this done completely in less than 45 minutes. I want to say it was even less than that. Well, thanks for stopping in. I hope it's something that you'll try. It was very, very inexpensive. It was very simple to do, and I think it really added something to my kitchen. Thanks for stopping in. We'll talk to you soon. So come on with me. We're going to have some fun.